We're going into set four of the 2015 French Open between Novak Djokovic and Stan Wawrinka. Wawrinka is leading the match right now 2-1. Had a dominating third set and going into the fourth set trying to keep the momentum going. This was a very uneven set. In fact, Djokovic got up 3-love. Got a served, he held, then he broke, and he held again to bring it to 3-3. And then Wawrinka rattled off three straight games, got his own break. Um, One of the errors that I found, or I guess tactics that didn't work well for Djokovic, was all the drop shots he was hitting. Um, I would say he probably lost twice as many shots when he hit drop shots versus the ones he managed to win. The commentators were saying that was kind of a sign of fatigue. Sometimes when players hit drop shots, they're just trying to shorten the point, and didn't work out so well for Djokovic. And as the match wore on and the fourth set wore on, the disparity in winners really started to show. At one point, they showed the statistic that Wawrinka had 24 forehand winners to 6 for Djokovic. And then later in the set, they showed overall forehands and backhands, all winners, 56 to 28. And that was close to the end, last couple games. So just about a 2-1 ratio. Wawrinka, he really got that backhand going. This was finally the set where he got the backhand going very cleanly, and he hit a lot of winners with that backhand. Djokovic ended up holding, uh, fighting off a break point and holding to get to 4-3. And this is a set where he was dominated, but he's one of the hardest people to beat, whether in a point or in a game or a match, just to put away. He's so good at defense. He got up 4-3, ended up holding, and he got all pumped up and shaking his fists and yelling, as he does sometimes. The following game, Wawrinka got down low 40, so Djokovic had three break points, and it looked like he was going to swing it back his way, win the fourth set possibly, even though he was losing the battle, and force a fifth set, which I think the crowd wouldn't have minded. It would look like a beautiful day. But anyways, Wawrinka ran off 5 points in a row and saved the three break points to bring it to 4-4. Interestingly, in the ninth game, the one at 4-4, Djokovic tried to do serve and volley. He did it once and it worked, and the second time it backfired. Definitely not known for serve and volley. And then to close out the game at deuce, Wawrinka hit two awesome backhand winners to go up 5-4 and serve the match. Again, Djokovic is really hard to put away. Um, Fought off a match point. On the first match point, Wawrinka looked like he had an ace, and they called it just out. And then he lost the next point. And then he went back and forth a little bit more, and then he was finally able to win. He went on a really smooth, powerful backhand winner. So Djokovic was again denied the uh, Grand Slam, whether consecutive Grand Slam or later that year. He ended up winning three majors. Um, he couldn't win the Grand Slam because this particular year because of Wawrinka here in the French Open. So later on, Djokovic went on to win the French Open a couple times, but this was his third loss in 4 years. So very frustrating for him. Number one player in the world, um, one of the best ever, arguably the best, and just wasn't able to win. So that brings me back full circle to Stan Wawrinka. This was the first match where I've watched it start to finish, and I have to say it was very entertaining. He is definitely a power player. Even though he doesn't quite look like a power player, he's very fit too. Even though he doesn't look very fit, he could really run down some shots and chip them back or lob them back to Djokovic. He played really good defense too, in the instances where Djokovic was able to play some offense. So hats off to Stan Wawrinka, second major championship, first French Open victory, and just sort of that anomaly in the 2010s. This guy that came, like I mentioned in the first video, came out of almost nowhere to play the big three really tough, and in this case, he beat Djokovic for a major after he had beaten Nadal the previous year in the Australia Open. So fun to watch somebody compete at the level of the big three and even beat them in some occasions, and a whole different style of play where um, dominating forehand and backhand, and then also some good net play too, which was fun to watch. He came in sometimes. At one point, it said he came in and had won 21 points at the net, I believe, or 13 out of 21. So he was definitely at the net more than Djokovic, and that was to his advantage well. So very well played match by Wawrinka, and I'd say a typical Djokovic performance too, just a little bit off, more errors than usual. I think those were forced by Wawrinka, and he was perhaps tired. He just wasn't able to dictate the pace of play, and was definitely a worthy competitor in this match. Just wasn't able to compete with Stan, who won the final 3-1. Your 2015 French Open champion, Stan Wawrinka. I look forward to watching matches with both of these players again and doing some analysis. Thank you.